Welcome back, Patriots. Welcome to Sons of Liberty 1773. I'm your host, Bill Bailey. This is indeed where liberty-loving people meet, not just from America, but from around the world, men and women alike, people that like our rights as natural-born human beings, the right to own our property, to feed ourselves, to grow gardens, to keep the spoils of our labor, right? Alexander Hamilton said, a nation which can prefer disgrace to danger is prepared for a master and deserves one. And what's going on in this country is a disgrace. I'll tell you, I'm gonna be making a video because you gotta. There's some taboo subjects you can't talk about on this platform because it is no longer a free speech platform. They've embraced the world of Orwell. But I'm going to go over to Rumble today. I'm going to make the video after I post this one about some things that I've been wanting to let loose. I've had to bite my tongue here. Really easy, folks, to find my Rumble channel. All you do is go to my main page here on YouTube, right? Let me pull it up. So right there, Sons of Liberty, go to my main page, and then simply go to the tab. If you're on your phone, you got to scroll over to the right. Can you see this on here where it says About right there? So click on the About tab. Boom. Then scroll down and see right there. Make sure you guys are seeing this. Rumble right there in the bottom, kind of middle right. Right there. You click on that and there's my Rumble channel. Okay. Can't make it any easier than that. So, folks, it's getting serious. What I've been saying, a lot of other people that follow economic news, is this thing's coming unglued. We are in a massive bubble, and I believe we've been in a recession. I believe we're not only going to go into a depression, but it's going to be the greatest depression. And so, my opinion, as always, do your own research, but my opinion, and so what do? We prepare. It's going to be bad. We're heading into a storm. We're heading into the worst storm in humanity as far as the economy. No time in world history has countries printed and invented the amounts of fiat currency that America has. And it's not just America. The whole world's in debt, but America seems to be leading the way. So we're going to go the way of the Weimar Republic, Zimbabwe, Argentina, we're going to go Venezuela, we're going to go into hyperinflation. That's my opinion. So here we are. This is just breaking news here. Manufacturing orders from China down 40% in unrelenting demand collapse. Where do we get most of our crap, folks, right? China. You can't buy without going to China. I was watching, Monkey Works. And he was showing the graph for shipping, where all the ships are going. And they're cutting right around America through the Panama Canal. And they're going down to Africa and other places. They're not delivering stuff here. So just to hit the highlights on this article, U.S. manufacturing orders in China are down 40%. And what a logistics manager described to CNBC as an unrelenting demand collapse. Asia-based shipping firm HLS recently told clients it is a very bad time for the shipping industry. China to U.S. container volume was down 21% just between August and November. Chinese factories are shutting down 2 weeks earlier than usual ahead of the Chinese New Year. So usually they take, I think, the last 2 weeks of January off for the Chinese New Year. This time they're taking the whole month off. So China is collapsing. America's economy is collapsing. Europe is in ruin. Europe is heading for, they're going to get there before we do, and then we're going to follow. But I'll tell you, I was listening to a guy, German, on German energy. He said what people don't realize, they talk about Germany being so clean, leading the way into green energy. He said, we're one of the dirtiest producers of energy. We're like 150 down on the list from from the number one being the best. And he said the reason is, yes, we have wind and solar, but the winters here in Germany, we get no sun and we get no wind. The wind is created when the sun heats the earth, and it creates those pressure centers and gets the wind blowing. So we're not windy or sunny. Hello, I live in Michigan. I get it. And he said our nuclear plants, we're patching them together to keep them going because there's a shortage of energy. But he goes, we're burning coal and natural gas. Imagine that. And I still think that we should pursue clean coal technology. It's better even than natural gas, I think, as far as CO2 emissions. In America, sitting on the largest coal reserve in the world. But we should be building nuclear plants. So anyways, continuing here. So U.S. logistics managers are bracing for delays in the delivery of goods from China in early January as a result of canceled sailing of container ships and rollovers of exports from ocean carriers. Carriers have been executing on an active capacity management strategy by announcing more blank sailing and suspending services to balance supply with demand. The unrelenting decline in container freight rates from Asia caused by a collapse in demand is compelling ocean carriers to blank more sailing than ever before a vessel utilization hits new lows, said Joe Monahan, CEO of Worldwide Logistics Group. U.S. manufacturing orders in China are down 40% according to the latest CNBC supply chain heat map data. As a result of the decrease in orders, Worldwide Logistics tells CNBC it is expecting Chinese factories to shut down 2 weeks earlier than usual for the Chinese Lunar New Year. Chinese New Year's Eve falls on January 21st next year. The 7 days after the holiday are considered a national holiday. Many of the manufacturers will be closed in early January for the holiday, which is much earlier than last year, Monahan said. Supply chain research firm Project 44 tells CNBC that after reaching record-breaking levels of trade during the pandemic lockdowns, vessels, TEU 20-foot equivalent unit, volume from China to the U.S. has significantly pulled back since the end of summer 2022, including a decline of 21% in the total vessel container volumes between just August and November. Then, this is manufacturing in the Midwest, folks. This is over at Trading Economics, United States Chicago PMI. It's just not the hurt in China. It's here. So the Chicago PMI in the United States tumbled to 37.2 points in November of 2022 from 45.2 points in the previous month, marking the third consecutive month of contractions. It is the lowest reading since May of 2020, well below market forecast of 47. Among the main 5 indicators, a decline was seen for production, down 9.2 points to 35.9. New orders minus 8.5 points to 30.7. And orders backlog down 11.2 points to 36.1. At the same time, inventories went up 2.9 points to 59.8. On the other hand, employment rose 1.5 points to 47.1. And supplier deliveries declined by 9.4 points to 49.9, while prices paid moderated by 8.6 points to 66.2. So look at this chart, folks. This is the decline in Midwest manufacturing from January 2022. I mean, look at the chart. It's going to go negative at this rate. So that's more bad news. And then I shared this chart the other day. This is personal savings rates. And if you look way over at the bottom right hand, now this goes back, folks, that chart goes all the way back to 1950. So if you go all the way over here, right here, right there, savings is going away because people are spending their money to keep their heads above water as we head into these inflationary times. Inflation is theft. That's what inflation is. So it's theft of your wealth. And then I shared this chart the other day as well. This is revolving debt, credit card debt, and other revolving plans. And you can see that is spiking. And this goes back to 2000. So what does all this mean? And if I have this, I don't have that. Just a reminder that inflation is up. Still hovering around its 40-year high, and it's going to go way worse. So the economy's crashing. The reason people are raking up their savings is going down, their charge card debt is going up, is because they're trying to pay their bills. If you don't have the money, you put it on your charge card. I mean, we went through that $5 a gallon gas, That was an extra $50, $60 a month in fuel or more, and people didn't have the money. Put it on the charge card, right? You know how easy it is just to stick your charge card in the gas pump and not walk inside and pay cash. And so we're going to see, my opinion, do your own research, massive layoffs, another housing crash, foreclosures, bankruptcies, and it's going to get so, because they're screwing us on energy. You want to have a wealthy nation. You do that. There's one main ingredient to that, and it's cheap, abundant energy, which we would have. We had it under Trump, but the Obama administration is looking to destroy us. I mean, look, this is all planned destruction of the world. New World Order stuff. I mean, you can call it what you want. They're doing it. They want to go around and get rid of a third of fertilizer use. County by county of farmland. So that means a third of the farmers or more are going to go under. It means a third of the food production isn't going to be there. And it means food is going to be a luxury item. It used to be, going out to dinner and getting a steak was a luxury item. It may be buying a box of macaroni and cheese is a luxury item. A luxury meal. I just think it's going to get horrible. And, I hope you're preparing. I can't say that enough. I mean, it's all bad news. Without getting into the debate of whether it's man-made or natural, I think it's natural. We are in a terrible drought out west and other parts of the world. Crops are failing. Yields are down. So next year, when we're having to survive on this year's food, there's not going to be as much. And if there's not as much of an item that's in demand, like food, the prices go up. Energy's going to go up. This administration, the puppet and the communists are leading this country to ruin. And by leading America to ruin, they're taking the world with us. But it's a globalist plan, the World Economic Forum and all the George Soros and evil bastards are ruining us. They're fine, right? They're, billionaires many times over, a lot of them. Think they give a crap about you not being able to buy food? Matter of fact, you are the carbon they want to destroy. You are the carbon they want to get rid of. They think there's way too many people on this planet. I was just, a friend just sent me a link. I didn't get a chance. I just looked at it a little bit. It was a YouTube video. And it shows a pilot died at O'Hare, a big jet. I assume the co-pilot landed the plane. But, I used to hear these stories. Wasn't nearly as religious as I am now. Years ago, from friends I would meet talking about Jesus and, the rapture and how, there would be two people. And it says this in the Bible, and one would be gone and one would be left here. And he used an example, there's going to be, that's why the eagles, and this was, It's had to be, I think I was working at C.W. Smith and Son, a car lot, probably like 79. And I remember the story goes, there's going to be like this is why they have two pilots, because one of them's going to get raptured away. So I started thinking all these deaths that we're having, these young, healthy, rock, hard body athletes that are in their 20s that are just, ping, falling over dead. I thought maybe God's taking the souls now and the rapture is beginning. I don't know. I had an idea that they got the vitamin and this is a reaction to the vitamin. I don't know. But there's a lot of people just falling over dead. Young, healthy people. Young people do die. I mean, they always have, of natural reasons. They have a defective heart or disease or something. But it just seems like there's a lot of them. A lot more than normal. So prepare, folks. I always have my affiliate link down below, My Patriot Supply. And if you use that link, I get a little kickback for this channel. It helps pay some bills, but you don't have to. I mean, if you don't want to, don't. My friend Dan Short has started his business, easyhomesteading.com. That is like a My Patriot Supply store. They've got everything. I'm going to go over and do some shopping with Dan. And then if you want to get the wife some nice slippers with the memory foam or the My Pillows or the percale sheets or something really nice, or your hubby, go to mypillow.com and use the promo code for this channel, SOL1773, SOL1773. I'm going to go over, I'm going to make a video now. I'm just going to tell you what's on my mind, that I've been biting my tongue on, and you'll have to go over to Rumble though and watch it. So just, I mean, YouTube, it's their, I'm a private, my problem with these big tech things, number one, what's going on with the FBI and the Democrats having a portal, even Katie Hobbs, right into to suppress true information that was true and say it was disinformation. I mean, all the games, just not right. And that's why they should just allow free speech. They may have to make these public utilities, because this is the town's, the courtyard, the town square. This is where we communicate now. And to have these three big companies control the conversations that Americans are having is wrong. I mean, it's straight out of Orwell's book, 1984. If you haven't read that book, please do. You'll wonderfully written. I mean, Orwell's a gifted writer. The story's incredible. I hated the story, hated it. Why? Why could I hate something that was so wonderfully written by this great artist? And so true to what we're living now? Because it's so true to what we're living now, but mainly because I hate stories where evil wins, okay? And Winston and Julia, I'm not going to give the ending away, but it's a tragic thing. The totalitarian state won. There wasn't a happy ending, and I just don't like stories. It's a movie, too, I watched. I can't remember. The Skeleton Key or something. Renee always goes, the Skeleton Key's on, and that's another one. Kind of a horror, evil, creepy movie, but evil one. I freaking hate movies like this, because I know in the end, good wins. Good conquers evil. Anyways, let me know what you think, my friends. Comment down below. If you like the content of this channel, please subscribe. We'd like to build our community. And then whenever you give these videos a thumbs up, comment down below and share them. It kind of pushes the content out to a bigger audience, and it's the way we work around the shadow banning that goes on. All right, I'm going to end it here. Hop over to Rumble. It is in Michigan. It's 8 minutes after 2 p.m. right now. So I'll probably have the Rumble video loaded by, 4 o'clock at the latest, if not sooner. Maybe 3, because it's not going to be long. And I'm not going to edit it because I don't need to. And you'll hear what I'm really thinking. And I haven't put a video on Rumble in a while, so I should probably do one. I will see you. Keep moving forward, Patriots. Remember, we never surrender. We never retreat. Certainly isn't an option, right? Where do we go if... quitting is not an option. If we don't take this country back, we're going to enter that 1,000 years of darkness that Reagan warned us about. But please take it to heart to go out prepping, okay? Start stocking up on stuff. Really work to get a year's worth of food and supplies on hand. I used to tell people like 30 days was the minimum. I think a year is a minimum now. And a year gives you time. You don't sit there and eat up all your stuff and then on day 364 go, uh-oh, we're going to be out of food tomorrow. What do we do? No, you're buying yourself time. You got a year, to figure it out. So for you and if you got kids and stuff, you're just obligated to do this as a parent. And there's cheap ways to prep, folks. If you go, well, I don't have any money. You can find money to go to one of the big box stores. We go to Costco and buy a couple 50-pound bags of white rice and some dried beans and some canned meats. And that's a base to start with. And then you go from there. Get a water filtration system. Figure it out, folks. If nothing happens, there's no downside to this, right? Inflation's driving everything up you buy. You're going to save money. But if it does happen and you took it to heart and you prepared, every day you will wake up and thinking, holy crap, man, are we glad we did what we did? Because think if we didn't, you don't want to be one of the zombies wandering around eating roadkill on the side of the road like vultures or whatever else. You don't want to go into cannibalism. I don't think it's going to get that bad. I don't know. Just be prepared. All right. I'll see you. I always say I'm going to end these videos and I just ramble. I'm ending it. Bye.